In Warwick are considering an extra set of eyes to look at their plans to build two brand new high schools.
Voters approved a $350 million bond, but the question now is, will that be enough? With inflation, the projects could cost more than originally thought.
12 News reporter Sheena Losciuto spoke to city leaders today about where the project stands. Sheena?
Well, how much exactly will it cost to build those two schools? Right now, that answer is unclear, and that's why city leaders want to hire a firm to spell it out for them. With big visions come big price tags.
You can't go halfway with this, so it's either we can't do it or we can.
Warwick school officials are looking at plans to construct two new high schools in the city, completely rebuilding Tollgate and Pilgrim. In November, voters approved a $350 million bond to pay for it, but with an ever-changing market and factors like inflation, leaders are concerned now about the cost.
If they're short on money, they're going to have to kind of figure out how to address that.
The Department of Education is slated to reimburse the city for about 50% of the projects. City leaders are looking for some flexibility on the building timeline, too.
We're going to seek legislation to extend the period we have for the reimbursements from 5 years to 6. But we also want to hire an independent engineering consulting firm that do a study and see if the prices are realistic. We have $350 million to spend, and as you've seen all over the state, construction projects coming in way higher than budget.
So now the question is $350 million enough? If it's not, officials say they'll have to look into other plans. Both Mayor Picozzi and City Council President Stephen McAllister are proposing to hire an outside firm to look at the exact costs, something we're told the city already has a budget for.
I just want to not delay the project, just get an extra set of eyes. I think it will benefit everybody, from the taxpayers, the schools, the council.
Now, McAllister says this proposal is really just in the beginning stages. They are still looking at ways to hire and find a firm, and any reports that may come out of that would be made public. Reporting live in Warwick, I'm Sheena Losciuto, 12 News.
An update now on the plan to build two new high schools in Warwick. City leaders are now looking to hire an outside firm to make sure they can afford to build the schools. In November, voters approved a $350 million bond, and officials stress there is no wiggle room in the budget. Sheena Losciuto is live in Warwick with more on why concerns are growing.
Well, Mayor Frank Picozzi says it's really an issue you're seeing everywhere right now. Building costs are up, and right now they're focused on finding out just how much this project would cost. The hope is to build two brand new high schools in Warwick.
The residents of Warwick voted to build two schools for up to $350 million. That's the maximum amount that the city can bond with what the authority we were given.
But as Warwick City Council President Stephen McAllister points out, the market changes, so does the price tag for the project. That's why he says leaders are in the beginning stages of hiring an outside firm to calculate just how much it would cost to build the two schools.
We're building two high schools. We're doing our homework. So we only get one shot at this. So once the city council releases the authority to bond up to $350 million, if the schools can't be built for that, if we're halfway down the road and it can't be built for that, the city of Warwick is stuck.
So what happens if the projected cost is more than what voters approved? We asked the mayor.
And if we don't have enough money, we're going to have to come up with another plan. We have $350 million. There are no bond premiums. That's all the voters have authorized. So we have to try to fit it within that budget. We have to make sure that budget's realistic.
Both Picozzi and McAllister are hoping to find exact answers on the cost soon.
You can't go halfway with this, so it's either we can't do it or we can. So we just needed the most updated information as it relates to the marketplace today.
And McAllister says the proposal to hire a firm is really in the beginning stages right now. Any reports that would come out of that would be made public. Reporting live in Warwick, I'm Sheena Losciuto, 12 News.